What's up guys, we got another driving test leaving from Birmingham, Garretts Green. This one went out at 14:47. This seems to be the most popular time my learner's getting at the moment because the cancellations always pop up for it because people avoid it. But if you've got good clutch control and good judgment, then you're going to be absolutely fine with this time.
One of the good things about this time is not too many cars leave at the same time. It's only about one other car leaving the car park. Sometimes it can be a lot more.
Look how gloriously empty this road is. This is amazing, is how you want to do it. Now, this was taken during a weekday. I have no idea why the road was so empty. I always think this is the most crucial part of the test. The first 5 minutes really starts the precedence and start strong, finish strong. So they successfully entered the roundabout with a really good gap. Notice how that red car keeps pulling out. They did react and they slowed down their speed as they knew they weren't going to follow the rules correctly. They did pick up one minor fault for the roundabout. The examiner said their positioning was off and they moved over too much to the left and returned back to the middle. I didn't see it, but that's what they said. As they take this left turn, looks like we've found all the traffic. It might not be as quiet as I thought. They've been asked to take the next road on the right. You'll notice that there is quite a build-up of traffic. Now, my learner did hold back slightly here, let the cars to the right emerge, and then they start to slowly enter the box. And they noticed that they had a gap, so they took it. The thing I like about that is they let the cars to the right move out first. If they'd have just entered the box straight away, they could have blocked the whole thing and stopped the flow of traffic. That would have been quite bad. As they take this next turn to the left, they do take it a little bit wide. They just needed to be more positioned to the left, add a little bit more steer. Now, coming up, you'll notice that there is a car reversing out of their driveway. Remember, the examiner wants a safe drive to see if you notice everything. Would you have seen this car reversing out? They check their mirrors, move slightly to the right, and then they carry on. If they'd have been any further out, they probably would have had to let them emerge. But there was plenty of space either side, so they continued the progression. Now down this stretch, the amount of times people get pulled over is 100% worth practicing it here. It happens quite a bit. They normally set up the sat nav here, as I've said in previous videos. Sometimes this road can be really busy. Now, when you're ready to move off, do the usual: prepare, observe, move. If you're finding there is quite a lot of traffic, you are allowed to put your right signal on as you're waiting for a gap. That is 100% acceptable. Down this stretch, you may get an angled start, you may get a parallel park. Depends how the examiner's feeling. Key thing to remember, only move out when it's safe, don't get too close to the vehicle that's in front of you. Now the bit that confused me here is they got asked to pull over straight away after they've already just pulled over. You have got to do a certain amount of stops in one go. Sometimes, if it's a busier time, they may just try and get them all out of the way with. I think this is yet another angled start. Coming up is that really awkward crossroads. The sat-nav says that they're turning right. What you've got is a little island in the middle where you want to position yourself so that all the other cars can keep on with their progress. See that right arrow in front? You want to place yourself in there, ideally at an angle. So slightly turn the car to the right, pointing to the direction you want to go. Now your eyes should be to the left, looking for the gap you're going to take. When you emerge out, you should be in the far left lane, as they're taking the next road on the left as well. Now they pulled up on the left, they're doing a parallel park. Sometimes on this street you will also get a pulling up on the right and reversing two cars' lengths. Now this is where it gets pressurizing because they've lined up correctly and there's a car oncoming. It does hold back for them as there's not enough room on their right hand side to fit. This is where you need to keep yourself calm, don't let that other car pressure you. The cars now have enough space so they let them all squeeze through. As soon as the cars start progressing, you must wait, redo your observations and then carry on. You'll notice that they did a little adjustment forwards. Their tyre was just about touching the curb, so they looked all the way around and then they adjusted. Now, because they just tapped the curb, they will only pick up one minor fault for that. They didn't full blown mount it, they stopped just as the tyre tapped it. There was two faults here. They didn't check the mirrors as they were signalling to the left, and you'll notice the car rolled forwards a bit. Their foot slipped off the brake and they put it back down. It didn't go down as a serious fault because they had control of the car and it didn't impact anyone. But that one junction did cost two faults. You'll notice this hill's on a bit of an incline, and they stop a little bit far away from their line. The car rolled back slightly and they did pick up a fault for control here. They're now more than halfway through the test. They've done a show me tell me, they've done a manoeuvre, they have 6 driving faults. All they have to do is get back to that test centre without any serious or dangerous faults. They've been asked to pull up on the left. You'll notice that their speed has started dropping very gradually. This is good because the car behind is quite close. The last thing you want to be doing is pulling over straight away and slamming those brakes on when somebody's quite close behind you. So this road here is a 30 mph road. Because of the empty field, no cars around, people think it's a 40. I'll say it time and time again, this road is a 30. Now this is where the real traffic kicks in. It's 3:15, everyone's wanted to get their kids. This roundabout is looking quite packed. They're so close to the end, hopefully they don't make any rash decisions. Now, I just want to point out how much I hate this junction. If there was one car in front waiting to turn right, you cannot enter at this junction. I have had somebody fail for it this year. Safest way to handle it is only enter the junction to turn right if you're the only vehicle. Yes, you may pick up a minor fault for that, but you won't pick up any serious faults for that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but have a look at the clip on my page of somebody who failed just for that, just for waiting in as a second car. Entering back into the test centre, you'll notice their speed is nice and slow. This white car was very close to the entrance and it could quite easily cause you to fail your test as you're returning. He doesn't have any faults at the moment and it ends up being a pass. But make sure you do not fail as you enter the test centre. Have seen people fail in the last 2 minutes. An amazing result.